Hey, what's going on guys, TurtyWurty here, and welcome back to another Minecraft modding tutorial for version 1.12.2. In this tutorial, we're going to be going over how to create a custom enchant. So, before I start this video, I would just like to explain why I haven't posted anything in a while, and the main reason of that is because, I gotta be honest with you, I have not had any motivation towards modding or Minecraft whatsoever. It's just all kind of gone out the window, and today when I'm recording this I'm kind of getting the motivation back, so I do apologise for that, but hopefully I will be all back into it now and we should get some more videos. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So first you want to go into your registry handler, and below below on block register, you need to make sure it's below on block register. That's very important. You need to have a new register, so we're going to create it a subscribe event so that it gets called on the bus, on the event bus, and that's going to be a public static void register enchant, and then we're just going to copy the registry event.register block event, and obviously instead of block we just want to go ahead and change that to enchantment, and just put the brackets down like that. Just import enchantment, and that should be like that. Then inside of here we can put event.getRegistry.register all enchantment init dot enchantments, must be in all caps because it's going to be a static final list, dot to array, I meant array of course, and then inside there new enchantment with an index of 0. So obviously our enchantment in it doesn't exist yet, so we should probably go create that. So inside our init package we create a new class. We're going to call this enchantment init, spelled exactly how we put it in registry handler, just like that. And this is not going to extend anything. However, this is going to need to be part of the bus subscriber, but more importantly the mod event bus subscriber. So to do that you can do @mod dot event bus subscriber, and that is going to take in mod ID is equal to reference dot mod ID. So just import @mod. So the reason we're adding it to the mods event bus subscriber is because otherwise this will not be called, and it just take it that it has to be in the @mod event bus subscriber. I did try it with the normal and it doesn't work, so you have to have it in the mod one. So yeah, that's that. Next we're going to want to create our list of enchantments, so a public static final list of enchantment, and obviously we're going to call this enchantments, and that is going to equal a new array list of enchantment, double brackets, semicolon. Just import all of these, java.util.list. There you go. And next we are going to have the actual enchantment in it line. So we're going to have public static final enchantment, and I'm just going to call this damage heal. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what I'm calling it, and that is going to equal a new enchantment damage heal. this is just going to take in rarity dot very rare. It's going to take in enum enchantment type dot weapon. It's going to take in a new entity equipment slot. No, not that. I don't know why it thought that was what I wanted. Entity equipment slots. Why is it not liking that then? Entity equipment slot array. And then the two triangle brackets. This is going to take in entity. Oh my god, I'm messing up so much today. Entity equipment slot dot main hand, and just put the little thing on that, little semicolon. So let me just actually I'll explain that in a minute. So now we're just going to create this enchantment class, and then I can explain what all of these are and how you can change them yourself. So I've created a new package called Enchants inside of our main com.yourmod.yourusername, or should be username.mod, but we won't speak about that. And in this package we want to create a new class, and I'm going to call this Enchantment Damage Heal. This is going to extend enchantment, so we can initialize it as an enchantment. And obviously that's going to require some methods. So first is the constructor. So just add constructor like that. And yes, you want to keep the super, so rarity type slots. And then you want to do this dot set name. And this is going to be basically the registry name. Well, no, it's the unlocalized name of your enchantment. So the one that you will change it in the lang file. So I'm going to put damage underscore heal as mine. It's got to be all lowercase and underscores instead of spaces as normal. And then the registry name is this dot set registry name. And in here we're going to, this needs to take in a resource location. So we're going to obviously want a new resource location of reference.modid plus speech marks colon damage underscore heal. So that's obviously, you're going to want this here to be the same as this here, because you know that's just kind of how you do it. And then at the bottom you have enchantment in it dot enchantments dot add this, just like that. Then you're probably going to want the basic methods. So we can have get min enchantability, we can have get max enchantability, we can have get max level, and we can have can apply together. So let's just drop all these down. Let's remove the little to-dos because we don't like to-dos. Not in this instance anyways. They are really useful, just yeah, not in this instance. We don't want them. There you go, just like that. So basically this here, get min enchantability, this is basically how enchantable this item is. So not quite the rarity, but it's kind of like the rarity. You kind of have to understand how enchantments actually work to kind of understand this. But I'm going to return enchantment level times 11. So that's what I'm going to put. You can mess around with that number. I don't entirely remember what it means, but it's something to do with how enchantable it is. I think maybe it's what level you will get or something. I'm not too sure. I don't really remember. As I say, I haven't really touched Minecraft in a while. So yeah. And then for get max enchantability, we want return this dot get min enchantability of enchantment level, and I'm once again going to times by 11. I don't remember why I chose 11. I wrote this tutorial down a while ago, but yeah. Then you want the get max level. So obviously you can have this as high as you want, up to 255 probably is the max you can put. I'm not sure. Might be max integer actually. So like integer dot max value is probably the highest one. You just want a -1 if you wanted it that high, of course, which you probably don't. I'm just going to put 5. I don't want it to go higher than 5, otherwise it would be very overpowered. It already is very overpowered. So yeah, that's that. Then in can apply together, this is whether you can have 2 enchantments on an item at one time. So for example, on a bow, you cannot have mending and infinity. They just don't go together. On armor, you can't have, say, protection and blast protection. You can't have bane of arthropods and sharpness. So if you want anything like that, you can do if enchantment is equal to enchantments, which is the Minecraft init class for the enchantments, and then you can choose any enchantment that you don't want it to go with. So I'm just going to put mending. I don't want this to go with mending because that would be very overpowered. And if that is the case, we can return false. Say that I also don't want it with, so we can do if enchant is equal to enchantments dots, I don't know, knockback, then we can return false. And then else we can return true. Or say, for example, we only wanted it to be applied with knockback, we can just return true in knockback and otherwise return false. So therefore it will only allow it to enchant with knockback. Obviously you can do things like that. I'm just going to keep with the mending theme. So false and then true. And obviously you can do other ones as well, so let me show you what I mean. You can also do or enchant is equal to enchantments dot aqua infinity, and you can do stuff like that, but I'm just going to keep the mending and keep it with that. So now we can go ahead, we can close this class, and I'm going to explain what all these things we have inside of here are, and see why it's not liking that. It's protected. We don't want this to be a protected constructor, we want it to be public, so that we can view it in all our classes, just like that. So basically we have our enchantment line, and first it takes the rarity, so how rare the enchantment is. So this has rarity dot, and you've got common, rare, uncommon, very rare. So obviously that goes uncommon, common, rare, very rare. That's the order it goes in. I'm choosing the rarest it is, but for the sake of this tutorial, to try and enchant it a bit easier, I'm just going to use common. Next is the enum enchantment type. So I've chose weapon because I want this to work on a sword. However, you can choose all these different things: breakable, bow, digger. Digger's obviously shovel. Breakable is pickaxe, I think. Wearable is anything you can wear. But yeah, obviously I want weapon because this is going to work on a sword. And the next is the array of slots that it can be in, or the list array. I don't know. I've been working with a lot of different languages recently, and it's throwing me off a bit. But obviously, if you wanted entity equipment slot, say you wanted offhand, for example, you can choose offhand. Or if you want feet, heads, legs, they're the things you allow it to be on those slots. So that is all you want for the init side and all of that. Let's just go to registry handler. Let's go ahead and import this. Alright. So the next part is basically the actual functioning of the enchantment. So it's best to do this in the init class. So just so that you can kind of have it all together and all of that. So what we're going to have in here is at subscribe event, and then that's a public static void, and in here we need to decide what to name this. So originally I named this damage heal, but I don't think that's the best idea, because if you want multiple enchantments you don't want to name it something like that. So what I'm gonna have is I'm just gonna call it enchant attack. And this is going, for me, this is going to take in living attack event. So basically what this is it takes in an event here, and this allows it to be run on many different things. So if you have living, you can see all these different living events. Any event will basically work with this. So you can have living drops event, so when an item drops, the enchantment goes, and you can do all these different things. But I'm having a living attack event because I want it to happen when you attack a mob, basically. When you as the player or the person holding the sword with the enchantment attacks a mob, I want it to do something special. But obviously you can go ahead, you can choose these little things yourself and get that working for yourself. But just for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be basically creating a life steal enchantment. So basically when you attack a mob, it will take some of their hearts and it will give it to you. So it's quite overpowered, and a lot of mods do already have it, so I do advise having different things. But yeah, so in here we want to create an object, and that is going to be the attacker. So object attacker is equal to event dot get source dot get true source. Basically that will provide you with the entity that is attacking. Then you can do if attacker is instance of an entity living base. So the reason we're checking if it's a living base is because this returns an entity, just in case yeah. So obviously you see here it says e.g. the player who fired an arrow, the soldier who fired the bullet, etc, etc. So we want to check it's a living thing, because we don't want non-living things to be able to use our enchantment, obviously, and the rest of this won't actually work if it's not a living. So then we need to create the living variable. So entity living base entity attacker is equal to, and we're going to cast to an entity living base of attacker. So we're casting the attacker to a living base. This is just basic Java. If you don't understand this, then go learn Java. Well, you should have already learned Java, but yeah, if you don't understand it, this is your fault. Okay, I'm just going to say it harsh and simple. Yeah, so next you want to create the level variable. So int level is equal to enchantment helper dot get enchantment level. The enchant ID is our damage heal, and the stack is entity attacker dot get held item main hand, like that. Then we can do if not entity attacker dot get entity world dot is remote, and level is greater than 0. So if the world is not remote and the level is greater than 0, then we can have a float level is equal to, and we're going to cast our level to a float because we want to heal the entity, and healing takes in a float value, whereas level is a double by default, I believe. Oh no, it's an int. Yeah, of course. So then we can just do entity attacker dot heal. What the hell? How did that come up? Heal. And this is going to take in event dot get amount times, in brackets, float level divide by 5. Obviously you can divide by more if it's too overpowered. And then we can do entity attacker dot play sound. So I'm just going to get it to play the experience sound when that happens. So I'm going to put no. Wait, no, we want to play it into the world. So entity attacker dot get entity world dot play sound. First variable is null, not variable, argument. Second is entity attacker dot get position. Then for this one is the sound event, so I'm going to use sound. Oh my god, I'm messing up everything today, I really am. Events dot entity underscore player underscore level up, and then we want the sound category dot hostile, and then we want 1.0f 1.0f, so that's the volume and the pitch. And that's actually it. That's all you need to do. Last thing, you just need to go into the lang and actually make it look like your enchantment. So I think I've already done that, but I will show you nonetheless. So if we go all the way probably down to the bottom, yep, I put a new section for enchantments, and I actually called it reflect damage here. So it's actually damage underscore heal, and that will be damage heal, which doesn't sound great, but it's just for testing purposes. So that is that. Now I'm going to run the game and we will see how it turns out. So yeah, see you guys in the game. Alright, so guys, I just got into the game, and as you can see, I have the enchantment on this sword. So it's actually right here in the creative tab, not combat, and go along. Damage heal 5, obviously max level because they're all max level in the creative tab. Last time it actually wasn't max level when I tested this, so I must have done something wrong, obviously. Right, yeah, right this time, wrong last time. Yeah. Oh, sorry if you can hear the rain, by the way, guys. I live in England, as some of you might already know, and it's not a stereotype that it always rains. It always rains, okay? It's not a stereotype, it's true. It genuinely always rains, and if it doesn't rain, it's horrible weather. Like it's kind of just always cloudy and stuff. But yeah, not here to talk about that. So I've just combined it in an anvil. I wasn't recording, but well, I was recording, but my mic was muted. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm just gonna get a spawn egg for a zombie. I'm actually gonna spawn 2 zombies. I'm gonna go into survival, if I can type. And as you can see, I've actually already been hurt. Oh, there you go, look. Voila, now I'm fully healed. Look at that. He hits me loads. Get me really low. I hit him. Now I'm fully healed. There you go. Look at that. So yeah, that's it. Obviously you can also do slash enchant, and then you can do myself, and then damage heal. Obviously it can't be added to rotten flesh, but if I damage heal, you can see it's now got damage heal 1 and damage heal 5. That's just a normal Minecraft bug, if you will. Oh, apparently I didn't add material to the slabs. Huh? The more you know. It's probably something I should fix. It's just a little material thing. It should be fine. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this tutorial, please do be sure to smash your face into that like button and subscribe. If you really enjoyed, please do be sure to share it. And yeah, hopefully I will be getting some more videos out soon. I have been delaying this one even more because I actually had a lot of issues the first time I tried to record this. It just wasn't working. I wasn't having a fun time, and it's just because I didn't do the app mod thing, which really annoyed me. That it was just simple, you know, 3 letters, well, 4 characters, I suppose. But yeah, next tutorial will probably be on the portal. In fact, I would like to speak to you guys about the portal just before I end this video. So I know what has been requested a lot is that I do a video on how to create a portal. Now, I know how to create a portal. It's reasonably simple, but it's a lot of maths. So the reason I'm going through this is because it will just be copying and pasting off of a file which will be in the description, because it's all maths. It's literally the whole portal code is maths, and it's long maths. So if I was to actually type it out, I would be bound to make mistakes, and you know, it's very long. It would be multiple episodes if I was typing it out, because it is all just maths, and it's hard to understand maths. Like it's not the easiest maths, but if you know some maths, you should get it. But you know, it's programming maths, so it is slightly different in my opinion. But yeah, if you do want me to do a video on it, then tell me. So I will have a little poll in the description, and you can choose whether I make the tutorial on it. So you will have 2 days from when this is posted, and then I will have decided. Obviously, if there is no votes by then I will increase the time, and you'll know because on my little discussion page I will have a little thing on there, and I'll say whether I'm creating the video or not. If I'm not, then you can join my Discord server, link in the description. In there there's, you know, help channels, and we do fun challenges, there's quizzes, polls. You can see my bot, and how that's coming along. You can get info about my mods. You know, it's quite fun in there. So feel free to join that anyways. But I will be having a text tutorial in there of how to do it. So if you do want to do it, but I haven't made a video on it, just join my Discord server. I advise join it anyways. It's a load of fun. But yeah, that's enough self-promotion in my own video, which is a video. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, which may or may not be a portal video. So goodbye.